I'm like a snail. You know what I mean? I got all my stuff on my back. This is my house. This is my house and my business. So my name is Sunny, right? This van's name was also Sunny. I was looking for the perfect van and I found this one. And what was done before was the wood interior. The wood, and then nothing really worked. So I had to come in here and I had to like fixate all the things and make the sink work and like make it actually livable and like replace all the batteries and ground all the stuff and like just basically learn how to do electrical work and woodworking work and just fix all the things that was broken. So this is really cool because what I do is I work with different events, and then those events, like they always have something going on and they capitalize on the inside space, but New York City kind of happens on the street. And when there's an event, nothing's really happening on the sidewalk. So we bring the event to the sidewalk too and create a cool vibe. That's probably gonna fall. I'm gonna be real. I'm a big believer in the less you have, the freer you are. And before this, I was nomadic for like 2 years. I went throughout. Cute. I knew that was gonna happen.
When you're looking for your spot for the night, what are you looking for? Just any spot, or is it like quieter?
Well, I preferably like to be in the middle of nowhere. That's always fun. Or if I have plans with somebody, I'll park near to them.
Okay.
Case point A, you.
Yeah.
Just so it's easy. And yeah, just finding parking. Also, I've realized that I can double park if I'm in the car. When I was nomadic for a while, and I would be staying in hostels and strangers' houses while I moved through South America and Europe, and I'd have these really profound connections with people. And I used to get really sad when I would have to leave them. When you move around a lot, people don't really expect you to stay. It's kind of like a stray cat. Like, people see the way you are and then they expect you to be back out again. And just like, okay, because it makes you interesting and it makes people want to talk to you, but it's also like, sounds so morbid, but like, who's gonna come to my funeral? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna remember my birthday? Okay, that's the trick I want to do. I was in the middle of nowhere in Illinois for a year. And I was like, I had a wonderful connection with somebody and I knew I'd probably never see them again. But since the time was limited, since the supply was limited, the demand was even higher. The value of that connection, of that day, the last day that we'd be together, and the first day, the best and the worst day, is, I don't know, it's kind of beautiful in a way. I do this with every single can I own, like all of them. It's like just this thing I do now, and I really love the idea of somebody finding it. So I'll like leave them in like really strange locations. Like, yes, it's littering, but the way I do it, it's not littering, okay? So I'm gonna put this in a really strange spot. Let's think. Someone's gonna see that and be like, what is that? That's so strange. Ugh. Do those all the time. Fun little flips. You're like, I believe all of life's wonders are on the other side of fear. Like, nothing good is ever gonna happen to you if you stay comfortable. The ways I direct my energy are into learning things. I really like the process of improving. So I learned that from skateboarding. Skateboarding is always going to be my grandfather hobby. Look at that skillfulness. I ain't hit it. Look at that. Something I can do. Let's see if it's in tune. My mom died when I was 15, so I was an orphan and I had no family. And I was moving around and I was homeless. It took me everywhere and it took me into a lot of really crazy situations. And I'd never met my father before. I knew he existed and I knew he was in Greece somewhere, but I didn't know who he was. So I found him on LinkedIn, and I just found a guy that matched the name and that had a funky looking nose. And I was like, this guy, this is the one. So I sent him a letter. I was like, hey, I exist. I don't want anything from you. And I literally expected nothing. I expected absolutely nothing. So I sent it off and I just did it because it was terrifying. And he ended up writing me back. And he wrote me a letter. I was in Medellin, Colombia at the time. And he sent me a letter back and he was like, you have 5 sisters, an entire Greek family, and I have an apartment for you in Athens. And I went there and I stayed a couple months there in Athens, and then I went throughout Europe writing poems for people. I write a lot. Wait, this might be good for thing. Home is a process, a consistent continuation, but is it a place or a feeling of appreciation? The feeling of home changes with the wind. It's more about the company than the city you're in. Home is an idea, an indefinite label. A horse's home is in movement, not just its stable. The feeling of your bed is more than where you're resting, but pieces of home are in each and every setting. What is the reason for life? Well, I mean, what's the reason not to live? There's a lot more reasons to be here. I don't watch movies or any kind of shows because I always feel like I'm gonna die tomorrow. And I feel like if I spent that last day spending 2 hours watching a movie, I'm gonna have wasted those 2 hours. I don't know, I'm excited about life. Okay, you get that? That was a good trick. My philosopher mother, basically my chosen mother, her name is Corbin, and her handwriting is on my wrist. She's very important to me. And her house was decorated like a 70s vintage time capsule. And she was like my safe space when a bunch of not so fun things were going down. All these sheets are from her. She helped me put all of these things here. It's basically decorated a lot like her house, because that's what makes me feel safe, and that's what makes me feel at home. I'm like a snail, you know what I mean? I got all my stuff on my back. The main thing that's really tough is, when you just wake up and you're getting used to consciousness and you don't want to be seen by a single soul. I'll sleep where I was out last night, so it's usually a populated area. So it's crack of dawn, I'm walking out, I open the door in my underwear, I'm like, oh my God. And then I like have to like be seen by people so early in the morning. And that's the worst part. But I love the fact that I have to go to the gym to shower. It's like I earn it. So like I go on a run and I get really sweaty, and then I like work out, and then I get real sweaty, and then I get to earn that shower, and it feels good. And I never skip a day, you know? A soul that shines is not one of life, but one that has seen life's impermanent plight. We romanticize the stars, but often forget that darkness is the very thing that allows them to be lit. So do not forget, those that shine oftentimes feel the pain throughout their mind, but learn to learn from it. I choose to be happy. I choose to use my voice. I see the pain life has brought me, and I see happiness as a choice. Not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but step by step, you choose it as you climb. You cannot control this life, only your mind. Time keeps on ticking even if you lag behind. Realize your insignificance, learn from it. Life is not happening to you, you were only born from it. You're the architect of your reality. Look past ego's menagerie. A life guided by others' tongues would be such a tragedy. So choose you, speak life, admit when you're wrong, and do what is right, but never forget, I earned my smile through the weight of this fight, walking through the shadows to stand in the light. I think that's what differentiates us from other animals, like our insane amount of ambition. Because you didn't see a cow on the moon, like a cow didn't build a spaceship, but you also don't see cows killing themselves. Because to always want more is to always have less. And when you're happy with what you have and you love the process of learning and growing, and you fall in love with that process but not the result, like the guy that likes walking moves a lot further than the guy that likes a destination. You know what I mean? All you need is those running shoes. You don't need to like go buy 1,000,000 running shoes to get to your destination. Use what you got, walk, and enjoy the steps. I got indicted as my father's son, so I became like unorphaned in one country. I'm still an orphan in America, but in Greece, I'm not an orphan, which is dope.